Right then, England have beaten Italy in Naples thanks to Harry Kane and Declan Rice, and we saw Retegui get a goal for Italy on his debut at the other end of the pitch. And I'm still mad, right? Of course I'm mad because I don't really give a shit about England, but I'm mad because Gareth Southgate just winds me up, right? And anytime I'm watching him, all I can think of is he does my head in, right? I did actually manage to record the podcast with Ash. It took us 3 goes to get one, and this one's still not been released, so it might even take us 4 to actually get one released. It's raw. It's going to need a lot of editing, and I've got in on Southgate on that, so I don't want to cover too much all ground because, I mean, anyone who's watched any of my international content knows not a fan of Gareth Southgate. And for reasons that were so evident again this evening. So Calvin Phillips, how's he getting a start, man? Let's talk about Calvin Phillips in a minute. Congratulations to Harry Kane. Absolutely welled that penalty. He stuck it right in the cheek of the goal. Great penalty and a great goal to break England's all-time leading goal scorer record with 54 goals. He's moved one clear now of Wayne Rooney. And now it's a matter of how many more can he rack up in the next 3, 4, 5 years. And I think he'll probably rack up a fair few in the next 3, 4, 5 years because I think certainly while Gareth Southgate's in charge, no one else is going to get a sniff of playing, which is half the problem with him. This is no slight on Harry Kane. He's deserved what he's done. But when you've got a complete lack of options because you don't trust anyone else, because you've not given anybody else the opportunity to impress, you call up Ivan Toney and Ivan Toney doesn't get a sniff. In a friendly, like the last friendlies before the World Cup, that is your opportunity. It's a free hit. You can even come out and say, yeah, I tried a lot of stuff because I want to know more about the depth that I've got in the squad. Kicking off about squad depth, yet then picks a player. Calvin Phillips tonight played 90 minutes. You know the last time he played 90 minutes in a Premier League game? All right? No, I don't, because I got bored of looking, trying to find out when it was. The last time he actually played a full 90 minutes, though, was for Gareth Southgate in June 2022. The total sum of what Calvin Phillips has played in the Premier League this season was 56 minutes. He's played nearly twice as much tonight as he has in the 9 months of the Premier League this entire fucking season. What is that all about? How can Gareth Southgate justify that? It's completely indefensible. From a man who was like, I'm going to be picking on form, not reputation. There's no fucking form. There is no form. There is zero form whatsoever, and you're out here picking Calvin Phillips. You're removing people from the squad based on things that they've done off the pitch, and I think you've got every single right to do that. Yet Kyle Walker gets selected. Now, I know Kyle Walker's had all the charges dropped. However, for all of the PR reasons that you dropped other players, doesn't seem to apply to Kyle Walker. Picking Calvin Phillips. Starting Harry Maguire on the basis of, well, he's always been all right for England. That's reputational, not form. Harry Maguire, who, by the way, could have cost England the game this evening. Absolute howler he had for giving the goal away. His poor pass, which he then chases after, he then belongs into Barella, leaving the space that ends up being the space that Retegui darts into and gets his goal away. Retegui, who we covered on the channel a little while ago, worth checking out if you've not seen that one already. So glad Marcus Rashford wasn't involved in this. Jack Grealish was shit again. I mean, what justification has he got for the selection of half of the players that's in this squad? I mean, realistically. Not even a sniff of anybody. And it's the same players that was getting selected a year ago, 2 years ago, just getting selected again. Why? Because they did all right a couple of years ago? What the fuck kind of basis is that, man? Honestly. What is the basis of that? What is Gareth Southgate's basis? And for all the people like, oh, look how well he did with England. Nah, he should have walked. Because even though when you look, semi-final, final, semi-final, it's pretty good, right? Well, it's better than anyone else has done. Is it, though? The routes there have been a cakewalk. And then when you've got into those games, you've been absolutely outclassed and embarrassed, never even close to being in those games. Against winnable opposition as well. That France game, if you'd brought Marcus Rashford on with half an hour to impact the game, or started him, I don't know, you might have actually seen something. You might have given him a chance rather than you pick Raheem Sterling, who's been at home for half a week. How can you justify these decisions? The guy should have walked. The guy should have walked. It's as simple as that. This game started off as an absolute snooze fest, reminding me that international football, outside of the tournaments, has got so little energy and tempo about it. Absolute snooze fest. And then the last 20 minutes, Italy started pouring people forward. You saw Nonto come on. Nonto looked good, to be fair to him. And I actually thought he was going to be the one that opened up the scoring or really started dragging Italy back into that game. But it's played at such a shit pace. Italy's pressing was good. It was good in the first half, and then it sort of, I don't know why, maybe England fixed something about what they were doing. Couldn't really see, watching it live, what it was that had changed immediately. But Italy's pressing was fantastic. Forcing Stones into going long, which obviously is something he's not comfortable with doing. And they were winning the ball back on and around the halfway line, forcing England to give them the ball in and around the third. And it looked like he was going to do something around them, but couldn't quite get it together to get over the line for him there. But I see so much talent in the England squad. Conor Gallagher, a year ago when he was at Crystal Palace and he was flying, yeah, you could justify his decision. You could really justify his decision. Now, how can you even be like, yep, I want to call him up? Why? What have you seen that no one else has seen? Honestly. Jesus. Probably the most informed player in an England shirt at the moment, or at least that's English. It's probably Kieran Trippier. Yeah, you can go on the bench. Don't get the man. Do not get the man in the slightest whatsoever. England have got Ukraine. I can just see this being an absolute political wank fest on Sunday. I don't know. Will we see Southgate do any sort of brave experimentation? No. It'll be a fucking snooze fest again. And there's not really anything in the Ukraine squad that can throw up any sort of surprises either. Hopefully there's loads of goals and it's an interesting game, because the way tonight was shaping up, it was like it wasn't going to be that. It ended up being that, but mostly because of the mistakes from England players rather than because of anything else, really. But anyways, did you enjoy the game? Let me know what your thoughts are on Southgate. Congratulations to Harry Kane. Is Harry Kane's... Go on, should we talk about Harry Kane? Does Harry Kane need a big move? I know there's a bit of a link with him to United at the moment. Does Harry Kane now need to make that big move? Because of all these accolades he's winning on a personal level, does he need to do the RVP thing and come to United and win the league with us? And would he do that? Let me know in the comments. See you in the next one.